In Upper Manhattan, a coke bust, really the result of a landlord's fight to take back control of her building. Art McFarland tells us the pushers have begun to take over, but they ran up against some tough opposition.
Catherine Johnston and her management company got much more than they bargained for when they bought this building at 163rd Street and Broadway.
On December 13th of 1985, we purchased this building. On December 15th, I came here on an emergency and was informed by the superintendent that 25 apartments were taken over by drug dealers and cocaine cutters.
As one resident told me last week, the building has become what amounts to a drug supermarket.
They scream it out. You know, and when a customer comes in, and they just say, here, you know, they like crazy. They don't care who is in the way.
Drug dealers have taken over the building. We no longer have any control.
Not one to take all of this lying down, Ms. Johnston started meeting with police and others to get rid of the drug trade in her building. She also hired her own security force of young black belt karate experts led by ex-cop John Manil.
I did 20 years in the police department. It is the worst thing I have ever seen. I mean, I dealt with street gangs who took over buildings and everything. I've never seen anything like this.
Ms. Johnston and her security force waited patiently on Friday for a prearranged police raid of the building. It was to be the first move toward chasing the drug dealers out. As planned, the police arrived. Then they and the black belts raided the building. They did not find all they had expected to find. While there was clear evidence of drug dealing and use in the 4 apartments that were searched and an undisclosed amount of drugs seized, the alleged dealers were not around, and only one arrest was made for possession of cocaine.
They seemed to decide that to take 4 apartments at a time and see what happened, but they said they would definitely take the building back in the future.
The problem is not centered only in Ms. Johnston's building. People who sell drugs, particularly cocaine, are doing a very good business here in the Washington Heights area.
We do sell a lot to our community, but also we find that we are selling also in this district. And I'm talking about the illegal drug dealers in this district are selling to people from New Jersey and from Connecticut and from Westchester. They come in here and they're buying primarily cocaine from the information we have.
I am appalled and amazed that such a thing can continue and go on in the United States of America. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it goes on.
Actions by police and by landlords like Ms. Johnston indicate the beginnings of a war on drugs here in Washington Heights, but everyone involved agrees it will be a long and difficult fight. In Upper Manhattan, Art McFarland, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.